Welcome to today's deep dive, where we're looking at the hidden infrastructure of our visual world. So imagine an elite air traffic controller, but instead of routing airplanes, they're managing billions of pixels of high-definition video simultaneously.
And doing it flawlessly without ever blinking.
Right, exactly. Today, the mission for you is to help us decode what a $17,920 piece of AV hardware actually does. We're looking at the Smart-AVI MXWallPRO-2424-S HDMI Matrix Switcher.
Which is quite a mouthful.
Ah,
But yeah, it's essentially a 30-pound, 300-watt metal box that handles zero-lag video routing for massive displays. I mean, the sheer volume of data this machine moves is just staggering.
24 different HDMI inputs, right?
Yes, up to 24 discrete inputs, and it takes those and pushes them out to 24 different outputs. And it scales everything to a super crisp 1080p at 60 hertz in real time.
Oh, wow. So 60 frames a second for 24 screens all at once.
Exactly. Most people never even see this unit, but you rely on its output in security centers or, airport terminals every single day.
Okay, but let's unpack that price tag for a second because, almost $18,000 is the price of a compact car. Couldn't I just build like a custom high-end PC with a bunch of commercial graphics cards to do the exact same thing?
Well, you could definitely build that PC, but the problem is a computer routes video through an operating system.
Right, Windows or whatever.
Yeah, and when you do that, the video data has to share CPU and RAM resources with all sorts of background processes. That architecture inherently creates a queue.
Ah, so it has to wait in line.
Precisely. And in high-stakes environments, queues mean dropped frames or screen tearing or just, noticeable lag.
Yeah.
The MXWall Prio is 100% hardware-based.
Oh, I see. So there's no software getting in the way of the actual video signal.
Exactly right. It uses dedicated physical pathways for every single input. The video signal flows continuously from input to output without having to wait its turn.
Which means, by bypassing the software processing, you completely eliminate the risk of an operating system suddenly deciding to run a mandatory background update.
Or crashing right in the middle of monitoring a secure facility. Yeah, it's crash-proof by design.
That is wild. And that unbroken flow makes a lot of sense when you think about how operators actually use these things. They aren't just sending feed A to monitor A.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
They use a Windows program to configure really complex display grids.
Like stretching one giant frame-synced image across all 24 screens, like a massive puzzle.
Yeah, or running multiple overlapping input zones. The raw processing required to map a single moving image across that many discrete outputs without stuttering between the bezels is just immense.
And the specs mention something about a free Android app too, right?
Yes, so an operator can just walk the floor of a massive control room, pull out a tablet, and reroute those visual zones on the fly.
Wait, really? And doing that with hardware-level processing means the transition is instant?
Right, there's no spinning buffering wheel. When a critical security feed needs to be thrown onto the main display instantly, a split-second software lag is a massive liability.
Yeah, I can see why institutions pay that premium. It's for absolute uninterrupted reliability. So the next time you're standing in an airport terminal looking up at one of those massive flight boards, you'll know there's likely a heavy-duty matrix switcher humming away in a server closet making it happen.
But, looking at the source menu here, there are some really interesting hints about where this technology is actually heading next.
Oh yeah, the 8K HDMI products and AV over IP stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because as physical screens demand exponentially larger data to handle true 8K resolutions, the underlying architecture has to evolve.
So it leaves you with something to mull over.
Huh.
As those raw data demands skyrocket, will a massive physical box like this switcher remain the gold standard? Or will the future of these giant video walls eventually be routed entirely through the cloud?
It's a great question of physical hardware versus virtual infrastructure.
Definitely something to think about the next time you find yourself captivated by a giant, flawless digital canvas. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.